And we're live, we think. This is Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Leo from To The Point Podcast. Welcome
Leo, your
back.
camera's not right. You got to scoot over. You moved your chair. Come on, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We're all from To The Point Podcast, but this is the Conspiracy Club.
Well, right now, we're live on our Facebook page, To The Point, TGI Now, the Conspiracy Club. We're on YouTube, X, Rumble, you name it. We're on our website, which you can find us at ircmedia.net. And this is the second Thursday of the month. We do the Conspiracy Club here live from Filthy's in Vero Beach. And we encourage any kind of engagement. If you're local, come on down and whatnot. But definitely check out our other channels. Wherever you're listening or watching from, drop in the comment section. Just say, hey, leave a question or what topic you'd like to hear these guys talk about this week or next week. But we don't do our own podcast on this week because, we have a life. And we can only dedicate so many nights to this. So this is the week we don't do our own show, which is usually on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. John and them guys do their show Tuesdays at the 8 o'clock hour. And Joanne, she's got a show tonight. I'm not sure what time hers comes on, but it's with a Hernando County something or other. I don't know, John Carroll, I think. She'll tell it. She always does great interviews, so check them out.
For sure.
But
so before we get going but before we get going, don't forget to give us a like and give us a share. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it. We are RSC Media. We are To The Point.
And our local gig is Indian River Connection.
Absolutely, yes.
So if you see the two together, they are together. We are the one. IRC Media does all of this kind of stuff. And Indian River Connection does our local outreach and stuff like that. So it's our actual heart of the company that kind of helps us do this, right? Because it's kind of like our hobby.
Yeah, for sure. It's a hobby. We do this,
just what was that?
Because we like. A young girl picked up a nice keg.
Young girl. She
picked
is
up
too.
a keg.
But
to get going back to the Conspiracy Club, we're here once a month, second Thursday of the month. Here from Filthy's in Vero Beach, Florida, where they serve the best cocktails in town. So don't forget to give us a like, give us a share. Once again, I am Leo from To The Point Podcast, and welcome again. It's May 14th. Let's get going, guys. What's up?
Well, I don't know while we wait for John and them to jump in with some topics. That UFO files dropped recently. I'm sure they're going to talk about some of that stuff. All the disclosures coming out, aliens, stuff like that.
I believe in aliens.
Trump is
I'm a big
China.
Alien person.
Trump is literally in China right now.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
Did you see they were celebrating, giving him a standing ovation when he got there? I think it's all bullshit. They're giving all this love to Trump, and I call bullshit.
Right.
I think it's all an act.
I'm looking at my time.
To make him feel good about himself that they love him. I think it's all fucking bullshit.
Right.
I think.
Well, you're not wrong.
I think China cannot wait for him to be out of office,
Of
and
course.
they figure if they kiss his ass and cheer him on while he's in office, he'll do less damage to them. That's
you're
their
not
thought.
wrong there that it's bullshit. I think they respect him and they fear him at the same time.
No, they respect him.
But you're right though. They're waiting
Yeah.
until he. Of course, they do that every time there's
They
a hardline conservative there. Yeah.
They respect the damage he can inflict to them financially.
Oh, for sure.
But as far as them liking him and acting like he's this superhero,
like kissing the ring type of person.
Yes,
or what?
the kissing the ring.
Well,
I think it's all bullshit.
Listen, if we didn't have a constitution that made sure we had elections, they are treating him like a king, like an emperor.
I just hope, and I believe that he's
But
smart
he's
enough.
not, though.
I hope and believe that
He
he's
is.
smart
And
enough.
the president is
not
pretty
to
much.
fall for it. Though.
Oh, Mike,
Leo, look
he's
at
just
this.
the president. He's just the
yes,
president,
but the
he's
president
not.
controls the momentum around the whole globe.
Okay,
Especially-
He can come and he can squeeze China, who's an
Mike,
importer.
Mike, well, tell her to help me
oil.
out with some gas money because I'm struggling, man. He's the
Well,
president.
he's doing
He's
that,
what he
Leo.
could do.
Well, Leo, he's
Like,
doing that. He can't control the gas prices.
What-
Do you realize who controls this?
What's
Well,
the
I know,
name?
but
But we
the-
talked about this.
Yeah,
Like,
we
it's
talked
not
about
the
this.
president.
What's-
It's not even America.
What's the
that
name?
has anything to do with
What's
the
the
gas
name
price.
of the thing where they run
OPEC.
the
OPEC, and that's
so
what
that's
we
Trump's
need to
trying
get
to put
away
an
with.
end to OPEC,
Yes.
and who do you think's got a big hand in on that nobody really thinks does? Is China.
Well, they're a customer of OPEC.
Right.
So there's main countries in OPEC.
One of
Saudi Arabia is the main
Right.
one. And where did he go first when he got sworn in office? And where did they roll out all the purple for him? And he went there to deliver a message
Right.
that you should start preparing now. Because at the same time, besides OPEC, you have the BRICS nations who are trying to conspire for a new dollar.
Right.
And once they start trading oil with that new dollar, it hurts America.
Right.
Puts America in a position China's in. So he went to Saudi Arabia. Then we've taken out Venezuela. We're working on Iran. Both of those are major players. There's only like 5 major players in
Right.
OPEC. And those two are big producers, Venezuela and Iran.
Right.
China gets 80% of its oil from the Strait of Hormuz.
He needs to hurry up the
It's-
same way he's
well,
hurrying up this
but you
pool,
can't-
this
but-
pool that he's getting painted. You know,
See,
like
the
we need
problem
this
is
thing
if
quick, man.
he
Like-
did it all like this, he would be a tyrant. He'd be a bad guy.
Okay, but
So-
he's already being described as a bad guy, so might as well give them what they want.
And he's okay with that, but you're seeing everything
You know?
play out, though. You're seeing everything exposed
And I know he can-
before you can blame
And
the
listen,
tyrant.
and-
Like, you'll understand
Right.
why it takes a tyrant.
and I
to
know
do
he's
that.
got power because I mean, look at how he went in and got the Venezuelan president in and out. You know,
Did you see Marco's picture yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Aboard Air Force One, who is banned from China, by the way, since he was a senator.
Hey, Mike, can you unzoom me? I'm like
He's,
really close, man. Like I'm feeling so uncomfortable. I feel like an
that's it.
alien.
He's banned from China.
Is he really?
And
Who is?
Marco Rubio was.
But he's there now.
Oh yeah, of course he's
Yeah,
there.
he's there
But
now.
on the plane ride on Air Force One, he took a selfie wearing the Nike jumpsuit they
Really?
put Maduro in.
Come
Oh
on,
yes, it's
man.
total trolling. About time. About time we have some badasses instead of
I
some
know, but still though, like
butt pumping Buttigieg and shit like that representing America. Like, come on. We're not all pussies at this table. We understand what it takes to control a global market.
Exactly.
And it's time, since we are the leader in the free world, it's about time we lead the free world. We shouldn't be subject to
finally
OPEC.
get-
And not so understand this.
Finally
OPEC,
get some of the respect that we should get, which we
Right.
completely lost with Biden.
to understand OPEC, you have to understand how the prices come about. They don't set the prices. They set how much they all agree on how much oil they're going to pump. And when they see the market like it's getting too cheap, they're not going to make as much money.
Right.
So they restrict how much they pump into the market. Now the people who actually set the money are the markets in London.
Right.
The Brent crude market.
okay,
That
but
too-
where's Trump at so he can come in and be like, hey, listen, like we need to stop this, like the same thing he did with the
It's a process.
with the ships.
When's the last time you saw the king or queen of England come to America and kiss the hand of American president?
president,
When
let's
did you
get it right.
see? Right.
No, it
because
hasn't-
it is
no.
it's the
Right.
position.
It's just the president. It's
and the
just the
position
president,
should be this authoritative. When did you see the king or queen of England treat a president in England the way they did Trump?
Right.
They got the message too.
Only for
Listen,
funerals that they've been to or
They got the
weddings that
message
they've been
too.
invited to.
They got
but
the
not-
message too, but the problem with London is it's uncontrollable, just like New York City is.
Right.
It's almost like its own city-state, and it has been for millennia. Like they've held so much control in the financial markets there, and some would blame the Jews, but either way. But
We can go there too, but I don't want to do that.
John, welcome aboard. Sorry, we got right into the OPEC and the oil debacle.
Straight into
That's
politics.
fine, but even though it's a conspiracy show, we can still talk about real life shit too.
Yeah, for sure.
I deal with that on the
Yeah,
TGI Now
we
podcast with
we
Andrew
started talking about
every
China.
week. Yeah.
Started talking about China, and we got fired up.
Yeah, every
Got
episode
fired up.
Eddie gets worked up about the gas price. Oh, the damn gas price.
Yeah, man. So
Well, we got to dismantle OPEC.
Yeah.
And
that's what I try to tell them.
remember our securing the Panama Canal. That was to keep China from owning ports on both ends.
100%.
And then we took care of Maduro, who was strangling the market. Now we control that.
And there,
Cuba's
it's-
going to fall as a byproduct.
It's
Cuba's just a
amazing
byproduct.
how many people have no clue what OPEC even is.
Well,
I
they-
didn't.
I mean, they
didn't.
wanna blame the
several-
leader of the free world for
Years ago,
everything,
I
but-
didn't know what it was.
No, I agree with you. I only knew what OPEC was when these people started rapping about it. When they were telling people about OPEC. and the gas control.
Yeah.
Because what it really comes down to is control. It's all about control.
Yeah.
The only way to control a population is to control resources, to control assets, to control what we consume every day. So that's why Eddie gets worked up about gas prices when we're trying to talk about aliens.
Right.
Well, it's relatable though.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, yeah,
right.
yeah.
They want to talk about aliens. Meanwhile, we're paying almost $4.50 for gas. I understand that.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating, and so, and of course, people say, "Well, I didn't vote for this, and I didn't, what happened to drill, baby, drill, and all those things." And I get it, I totally do. And sometimes prosperity has to come with some pain. We've been through enough pain with Biden, the fake Biden presidency, so it's gotten to the point where it's like enough with this pain. Let's get to prosperity. Let's get to Jubilee. Let's get to the 250th anniversary of America, and let's work on that, and let's celebrate.
Right.
Let's not be fucking moaning and whining about stuff and then being in the pits all the time, because we all work for a living.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not connected. We're not part of the system. We're trying to unplug from the system. We're trying to get away from the matrix.
Right.
We're trying to get away from the code. That's what it is. It's a code. We're trying to break the code. And the code is control. And really what it comes down to when it comes to gas prices and all that stuff, and I always say that to Eddie on the podcast, and then we'll get on to the conspiracy stuff, thank you, is that it's too much money in circulation. They keep printing money. And so when they keep printing money, everything keeps costing more.
For sure.
It's not about the gas and
I agree.
drill and all that. It's like stop
I agree.
printing money.
I
Stop
100%
putting money
agree
in
with that.
circulation,
I
right?
100% agree with that.
You guys see it with
Because
your
right now, John, money is just this. Look, it's just a piece of it's just literally a piece of paper. It's not valued. It has no value to it.
No.
Literally has no value to it because they keep printing it. The more they print it, the more paper there is.
Exactly.
The more paper there is, the less value there is. It's like having like one of our T-shirts that we sell here at Filthy's for $20.
It's like always making the same one.
always making the same one. People are eventually going to
gets
get
watered
sick and
down.
tired of it. It's just not going to worth anything. It's just not the value for nothing.
And that's what sucks. And it's like, well, let me get some paper. I want more paper, but it's like, no, we're not connected, so we're not allowed to get the more paper.
For sure.
We have to go to work, and we got to go get a paycheck. And we're like, hey, give me a paycheck.
We're on the wrong end of the system.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I've never understood
I was
like
born into the
I've never
wrong
understood like
class.
let me wire you money. Let me wire you this. Why? Like where's the money? What do you mean wire? Like and all of a sudden, boom! There's like
Well, that goes back to the
100,000,
Rothschilds.
100,000, right? 100,000 in my bank account, like that. Boom!
So
And it's like whoa! But yeah, I can't go to the bank and say, hey, let me get $100,000 from my bank account real quick.
Nope.
The fuck?
No.
They have to order it. They have to order
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
they don't have the cash.
I could do a wire transfer just like that.
It's been like that
Nothing.
since the Rothschilds controlled
Makes
all
no
five
sense.
major
Makes
cities.
no sense.
All five major cities, financial hubs.
All
Right.
the central
Because
banks.
that's what it was. It was
Right.
like between brothers. Exactly is what it was. It was like, hey, we need 100 million in London
Right.
from Germany, and it was just like done.
Sure.
And that's what it is.
Bonds.
So think
Yeah.
about
Right.
this: like when silver prices go
It's all
up,
make-believe.
and things, and the COMEX, which is the paper contracts, get pushed down. The only way they push the price back down is to print the money.
Right.
So they have to print more money. So that, like you said, so it's like, oh shit, silver's at $100 an ounce. We got to get it back down to 75. What do we do?
Yep. For sure.
So,
Print money.
the question is though, like back to the Rothschilds. Do you think there's a stack of paper somewhere
What,
to back everything they did?
No.
No, there's gold somewhere.
No.
gold somewhere?
There's
Right.
gold somewhere. There's no paper.
Did you ever hear of Rothschild Island
Yeah. Oh yeah.
off Antarctica? I just saw that video the
you
other
see
day.
that?
That's pretty interesting right
I
there.
saw it too.
Yeah.
Rothschild
Yeah, that's a
Island.
whole
it?
island. Nobody can own anything in Antarctica except the
They have
Rothschilds.
an island.
Yeah.
It's funny you looked into that. I was looking at it recently.
They
too.
come
Really?
across my YouTube.
Huh. That's
It's
interesting.
something to look at. And it's supposedly they did a lot of tunneling there,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of gold is. A YouTuber tried going there, and he was, I don't know, apprehended or something like that. There's been a few attempts for people to go there that don't belong there. It's the only area in Antarctica that's like protected by militaries.
I'm surprised Trump hasn't bought land out there
Well, remember,
and named it Trump.
remember
land.
he was trying to get Greenland.
Yeah, he was trying to.
Part
get
of the OPEC thing. This all goes back to the dismantling the global market, the global cabal. Greenland, major resources. And it also takes our dependency away from China, because that's really what only thing China's got for us is rare earth minerals right now. And once that market opens up, you'll see things like Teslas go down and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's why Jobs and Musk were on Air Force One in Beijing. So.
And like you said, Greenland. That's why Trump said it's a big part of national security. There's resources, and just like Antarctica is like you said, you can't go there, but there's something being hidden there, whether it's alien life or it's some kind of extraterrestrial technology, ancient technology. There's something there on the other side of that wall that they're hiding. They won't allow people to.
Do other presidents know what's there?
Some do, but not a lot knew about it. There a lot weren't privy to the information. So
I think they wait. I don't think first
let's talk about
first term. That's my friend Chrissy. So that's one of my oldest friends in Florida.
Nice.
And she just recently had a birthday too. So
cool.
we're gonna get her down here. Her and Corey down to Filthy's one of these months.
Nice.
What did you say?
Us. But
Talk about
so aliens,
Yeah.
Antarctica, the latest disclosures.
I believe there's aliens out there.
Me too.
You know, I believe we
believe.
made a deal with aliens. We made a deal with aliens, and humans have not come through. Like us humans, we never come through. You know, that's just who we are. We just leave everything for tomorrow and the next day, and we didn't come through with these aliens. That's how I feel. I feel like we didn't come through with these aliens, so now the aliens are somehow trying to
What if we're the
get
aliens?
back what we wanted.
What if we're the aliens?
Well,
Leo?
I don't know, Vince, because think about it, man.
I can't remember who it was that said that we're the aliens and all this is purgatory for the aliens. And
I don't
that
know.
Earth is just purgatory.
I don't know, because
I do believe Earth is just purgatory.
Think about all the movies they have created,
That's the big
yeah.
and all
part of the
all the aliens look exactly the same.
A lot of them do.
So where are they getting this?
I definitely
alien
believe there's aliens. It's
Oh,
like you
yeah,
ever look
for
at the
sure.
sky and look at all the stars? Those are all suns. You mean to tell me there isn't another planet
from? Right.
out there that's got
think about
life
this.
on it?
Well, it could be space, or it could be space outside the.
Could be.
And
Right.
There could be more property that's outside the ice wall that's actually extraterrestrial.
Right.
That's what I'm starting to get to that point. Is like, what are they hiding and what is there and what's extraterrestrial? Which means extra land.
Right.
So there's other land on the other side of the ice wall that we're not privy to. That there's where people are actually living or any kind of alien life or anything of that nature. Because like we said before about Hollywood, like the long-standing belief that the government uses films to acclimate the public.
Yeah.
Examples conspiracy theorists cite The Day Earth Stood Still, Independence Day, and then of course this movie coming out with Steven Spielberg called Disclosure Day. Like all of a sudden Steven Spielberg's making a movie called Disclosure Day when he did E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind and all these different other movies. So it's kind of like it's coming full circle.
Right.
You know. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy, and the amount of information that's coming out recently. And then this guy David Wilcock, who supposedly passed away recently, killed himself, whatever. That guy was on Ancient Aliens for years. I watched him on Gaia TV for years.
A lot of strange stuff going on.
A lot of strange, yeah. You know, he had his own podcast, and he would go live 4 hours a day on Sundays and listen to and talk about all this stuff. And the next thing you know, the guy's taken off the playing field. He's taken out of the Matrix for whatever reason. For whatever might be coming, like people think if an fake alien invasion's coming, and they're trying to get ahead of the curve and letting people know that don't fall for it. That this is all going to be bullshit. That it's all going to be Project Bluebeam stuff. And, they're going to try to scare everybody into submitting to the all-powered government that they're going to save us. But we're not going to fall for that because I don't think that's the case. Because Werner von Braun said, "Don't believe it. Like if they do it, they pull the alien card. Don't believe it. It's all lies. So whatever you see, don't believe it. It's all bullshit."
Yeah, for sure.
I don't buy it. I mean, I think I just don't buy it. In recent years, I've become more spiritual, and I just don't see it. I don't believe it. I believe that it is just too finite for there to be life somewhere else. Like something had to snap it into place for everything to work just the way it is. And for that, I don't think we're going to find aliens anywhere else.
You don't think so, Mike?
No.
I do. There's aliens out there, Mike. I'm telling you, man. There's aliens
yeah,
out
but
there.
you're not going to find the green guys and stuff like that. It's
Mike,
just
they're
not gonna-
out. Mike, Mike.
Well, okay. Well,
They
I
are
look
out
forward
there,
to
Mike.
finding
Have you ever
out the
seen the
truth.
movie Independence Day?
Oh, yes,
Will
a couple
Smith?
times.
I
Yes.
just brought that up. Yeah.
So
With
how?
Will Smith.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you're gonna tell me he's not gonna get up on stage and smack somebody for that movie then?
No. I think it's all a facade. I think we're seeing a lot of technology being used.
Well, now
that
there
we-
is, but back then there
Right.
wasn't though, Mike.
But I think like dark agencies have run amok with their dark budgets, and they're not reporting. They're not answering to Congress or any oversight. And we saw in New Jersey what happened to that. Where's all these drones that were flying around New Jersey?
You know what? You know what is also like gives me kind of like the goosebumps is whenever one of the astronauts that just went up there around the moon, right? When he said, "Just you guys don't want to see or believe or something in that, form that he had said that you guys will never imagine what we saw." So it's like, well, what did you see that nobody else could imagine? Like, what did you see going up there? Like, what else is there? Like, we only see bits and clips of it. Like, they don't release everything and anything. Like, why not? If we're all one, like they say we're all Americans, we're all this, we're all that. I mean, my money goes into it, so might as well tell me, give me a receipt.
Well, there is, speaker space programs. There is black ops programs that are funded to kind of keep this stuff under wraps.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's a
I'm
big
not.
part of it.
I'm not convinced some of the Democrats aren't aliens.
Well,
I mean, like Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, that's a fucking alien right there. I mean, that
Lizard people.
Lizards.
lizard people.
Lizards.
thoughts are on AI and all
Yeah,
that
you can
stuff
see that.
around what is happening with that. Well, I think that AI is a big part of it too, because you don't know what's real. I was having a conversation with some people here that are part of it.
AI is kind of scary.
Yeah, because you don't know what to believe. So, like you said about the technology, you have to keep in mind that they did have the alien, all the AI back then, 20 years ago, that could fool us on TV and show us something and go, look at this.
They always have it for decades before they release it.
So all this stuff that we're using, this AI, this ChatGPT, and making all these memes and all these videos and all this stuff, that could have been done 20, 30 years ago.
I was able to use AI to make a gift for my mother this year. I was able to take old photos and enhance them and make them look like photos that were just taken yesterday with like a digital camera. That part of AI is fantastic, and that's what I think it's meant for. But there's so much shit now that you see, you cannot tell if it's real or not, and it's just scary. Like,
Yeah, I know. Look at the gas prices. I go back to the gas prices.
and if you don't think
Eddie. Big shout out to Eddie.
if you don't think other countries are going to use AI to try to manipulate, try to trick people, they're going to use it for kind of like war, but they're going to use AI.
Well, it's an information war.
Right.
We've talked about it on both of our shows, the AI in China.
Right.
It's way farther, and they use it way more aggressively than it's exactly what we're scared of. I talked about crossing the street, jaywalking, and getting a ticket before you even get to the other side, and your face is on the billboard.
You get an email
Public
with your
shame
fine.
with a fine to your WhatsApp or whatever they call it.
Your social credit score.
Right, and yesterday Brett Baer from Fox News did a whole thing about that, about all the AI. You park in the wrong spot. Their driver parked in the wrong spot for 2 minutes, and before they pulled away, got the notification he got a $40 ticket.
Could you imagine if all of
$40
a sudden they implemented that here overnight without telling anybody?
Well, that's what people are afraid of, the data.
Well, all the flock cameras and stuff like that,
Cameras here.
and then listen, get into the conspiracy. It's all been like Chrissy said. What couldn't we handle at this point? Well, because they desensitize us little by little. They did it. They do it with the pornography and the child sex bullshit and the alien drops. They've been prepping us for this for 8 years now, and then all of that. The shit in Hawaii. Remember the beams in Hawaii, the fires in the Palisades. Here's Joe. So I think a little by little they're implementing that AI, and with the flock cameras now, and COVID, when they institute lockdowns, and there was a fake. For instance, there was a fake meme going around. Not a meme, but it looked like a real document from the governor's office that banned, by law, aimlessly driving around. Like, you can't just go drive around without a valid, legal destination, is how this thing was worded. To or from work, to or from school, medical appointments.
Where was this?
Florida.
Damn, I
And
used
it
to, I
was
used to
fake.
aimlessly
But it was
drive
fake.
around all the time.
It was fake.
I used
but
to just
scare-
go drive around,
yeah.
listen to music.
Not-
I don't do that no more
not
with
when
the
gas
gas
is
prices right
$4.25.
now, but
But just that, the AI is going to, in the right environment, the AI will be used to monetarily or financially affect people when they travel outside their allowed areas.
Well, I think the biggest thing with AI is that we could use it to serve humanity, not to control.
Right.
That's where I think that's where the rub is. Like it's a great tool, like for our podcast, like for what we do
Yes,
here.
I use it every day.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, I you know me, and you guys listen to the show. I resist it as much as possible. Like I was like, I'm not using that. I'm not doing that. And slowly, I started just be like, oh, well, I can just ask it this and see what it tells me. And like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, and then you just start to slowly get rolled into it.
for sure.
And then you can't let it control you. And like Prince said, God rest in peace, he said, use the internet. Don't let the internet use you. He was telling us that back in 1999.
Yes.
He told us that. He did an interview and he said, you use the internet, don't let it use you. That's what ends up happening. It ends up using you, it ends up controlling your whole life. You know, and that's dangerous. You know.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I use it every day. I use it for our articles. I use it for our images.
That looks great.
You know, and I fight with it too. It's like having that.
Everybody says that.
It's like having a woke assistant. Like I'll give it a couple of pictures and I'll say throw these in a thumbnail and this is their theme or something like that, and it'll say like AOC or something like that. Like I can't make a political public person do something.
you were just
fake. I was like, I'm not even asking for that.
you were just trying to
jackass.
do something before the last podcast, and you were bitching about it because it wouldn't let you do it. I can't remember what it was, but
I forget.
Yeah,
I forget.
It was
you know,
funny.
it's like once a week.
It was telling him.
I
It was
use
telling
every
him,
day.
no, you don't want to say that or something. He's like, yes, the fuck I do. Just do what I told
yeah,
you to
yeah,
do.
yeah. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
fine tuning. It wasn't a monologue, but it was just something I was going to post, and I just wanted it grammatically fixed, and it adjusted what I was saying, and I was like, no, you're missing my message, and they're like, well, it's not factually, or what was it, publicly fact checked or
Not-
something like
yeah.
that, and I was like, I don't give a shit. But anyways, John, before we soak up our whole time, who do you want to bring on? And obviously,
Yeah, we only got about another.
you've got
45.
some people lined up? Okay.
Yeah. Let them pass by here.
So I'll do a 30, since we don't have Warrior Shield ad right now because Warrior Weekend is, for now, canceled.
What?
Yeah, there's been, with the economy and fuel prices, it's
shit.
been hard to get people. A lot of people come from out of state and out of country. Some of them serve overseas still, so it's been hard for transportation. So for now, he's trying to reorganize and do a one-day thing. So, but for now, I'll do a quick. We'll run our intro once more, the IRC Media one, and when we come back, you will be probably over here and wherever you're comfortable, and whoever else. So. All right, we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're
All
back.
right, thank you.
Yep, we're back.
All right, World Wide Web. Here we go. Advertisers. Brother Rich. Oh, favorite guest. They've already tried the disclosure, guys. You guys are way behind times. 1924, my grandmother told me. They did it when she was a kid. Orson Welles. Man named Orson Welles had a radio show then.
Not 1924.
Well, maybe a long time ago.
1939, 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
My grandmother was a kid, or a young lady. And they played the radio show, not announcing it was a show, but in fact announcing it was news. Flash, special report. Maybe like what, we're expecting nowadays. Didn't they say something about emergency broadcast system? Okay. Well, before, I guess that, people would listen to the radio at a specific time, after dinner or perhaps before dinner. Anyway, my grandmother said the show was portraying a UFO landing.
World of Worlds.
Right in neighborhood, Grover's Mills, New Jersey. And they all ran to the church. That's where they went. Crying and panicking, for sure. They believed, sure, 100%, that's exactly what was happening. It was coming from a trusted source, like it will be today. So, what are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? You going to believe Hollywood and Steven Spielberg?
Well, I mean, I know about that story. It was on, Orson Welles was the narrator.
Correct,
It was H.G.
correct.
Wells's novel into a radio show, World of Worlds. And people thought it was real, and some were even out shooting at the water towers,
Oh, wow.
with guns, just the way they were described. But later on, it turned out that, it was a show, and we got some flack, and people bought into it and were scared, and this is before any Roswell incidents or anything like that.
Before Roswell.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It was before Roswell. It's like
Okay.
probably
years before?
7 years before that even happened.
Okay.
You know.
I wasn't sure of the year, but I know my grandmother was a
Yeah, it was
younger person.
late 30s, I think it was.
Late 30s.
Yeah,
So she was
like-
in her teens, her later teens.
Yeah.
So she was grown.
Yeah, you got to know what year she was born, and then
Way
she
back,
could
way
remember.
1920s.
Orson Welles was popular at that point after he made a few films, especially what's that one? Nothing to do with science fiction, but he was just a well-known personality that was
Right, he had a very commanding voice.
yes,
He
he's always had
all
He was-
through his career.
He
He, in fact, I can get on it. Is
Okay.
that better?
make sure.
He was doing Nostradamus files.
Well, he did
right?
he did narration of that in
Narration.
1981 called "The Man Who Saw Tomorrow."
Okay.
He did that narration.
Oh,
He was the host, and
Uh-huh,
they used his voice, and he was powerful. Made part of that program powerful. But he was. I mean, he was a big time director and writer in his day.
Right.
And then he kind of faded out. Quick. But past his, he hit his prime too early.
He was a big man. Big man.
Well, he got heavier as time went on. Yeah, I don't know his.
He's a big guy.
But they didn't talk too much about what happened with the World of Worlds.
Well,
they made movies out of it after
yeah,
that.
that was his
They made
claim to
like,
fame.
They must have made like 6 to 10 movies since that time, including Steven Spielberg made one in 2005, and they look like water towers
Tom
that came out of the
Cruise,
ground.
right?
Yeah, but the first one was in the 50s.
Right.
I forget who was in that film, but they.
Landed on the White House lawn.
That was whatchamajigger.
Something
Yeah, that was the day the Earth stood still.
Okay.
Yeah, they made one remake of that with Keanu Reeves probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
saw it was good.
Yeah, I saw some of it. It was pretty good.
Okay. Loved him. Listened to him for years. Yes, right up to his demise.
Yeah.
I believe his demise was a staged event. Yeah, he was very much a positive person, very happy to be alive and to welcome in disclosure. That was his. He was happy to welcome in disclosure. That was his whole career was built on that. So I don't think a suicide is even, worth considering. Yeah. Correct. There was. Well, not really. That was only towards the end that he started taking donations, and people would donate to him. He was trying to keep his shit together up there, which was expensive, and so that was here nor there. But he was not suicidal. No way. I think he was suicided and hid away, just like Charlie Kirk did. Just like the Charlie Kirk thing. Where's the bodies? Where is it all? It just fucking disappears,
Well, there's a lot
Excuse
of,
my language.
scientists that disappeared or been
Sorry,
confirmed
kids.
dead the last 4 or 5 years, including Amy Eskridge and, of course, you just said Wilcock, and there's other people that disappeared.
Wilcock, yeah, he was a patriot. He was reading into Q. Most of the show was the breadcrumbs. You're familiar with the breadcrumbs? Breadcrumbs are left every couple of days on the Q posts, and the fucking people grab them and they read them, and there's key names, Ezra and Miss Patriot and Data Republican. There's a handful that are very popular, and he would decipher every Sunday, from noon to 3 or 4, whatever. He would do a communal meditation. Okay, he said if everybody does this at the same time, has a very strong effect on the human residents and on you too, on your body. So he would do that, but most of his show was QAnon intelligence. He followed Trump, very closely. Oh, Trump's in Rome today, or he's in the Ukraine, and he spoke to Joe Blow, and he knew he was on top of it. So he had some kind of an intelligence connection, and he was very good about not disclosing it. I think he stepped on some toes. He was starting to change his opinion on the little tiny country in the middle of the desert that everybody, won't talk about. The one. So he started poking that bear, and then he got disappeared. And I think he's with Charlie Kirk, and because now David Wilcock's videos are through the roof, man. He used to have 12,000. I looked at one yesterday; it had 300,000 views. I mean, right. He never got those numbers.
The woman that died 4 years ago, the scientist Amy Eskridge, she was trying to say that these aliens were us in the future, and something very bad has happened. And that's why they look like that, and they went underground, kind of like the novel the Time Machine with the Elox and the Eloys and the Morlocks.
Oh.
And the Eloys are from the underground, and then, that it sounds something like that if you believe her, and she was she was off. I mean, they said she committed suicide, and this is 4 years ago, and it's never talked about till now because these other people.
Oh, look at this! My bodyguard is here. My bodyguard, yeah.
Yeah, and so
better late than never.
So. Whatever happened to her, I believe she's dead, and this was not talked about till now. And then she had radiation burns on her arm in her house, and she swears they were doing something to her, while she was typing, and she had to try to get, away from, the windows as much as possible. Because I've only been on this for 2 weeks, because they say all these scientists have either died or disappeared, and some Chinese scientists have disappeared as well, which is easy in China.
Ah,
but she
very good.
You said, well, I mean, if they don't want you talking about it, but she was trying to say that
You eat too much.
these interdimensional type beings were us in the future, and
War of the Worlds.
yeah, 30. I said 39. Yep, right around the same time.
Right.
Not 24.
Orson Welles.
Well, it's H.G. Wells' novel.
It's cute. And the Anons are the ones who decipher. Correct. Who's asking? Christine Q has a very good intel. It's been proven correct time and time again. It's all trust me, bro stuff. But if you look at the results and such, they call the future. They're just calling the future. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Well, if
And
that,
they, yeah.
I mean, you talk about movies or these people I was just telling you about? Okay, well. Okay.
Future proves past, they say.
Yeah, I don't know how far they're from the future, but if something really bad happened and they're trying to stop it, or they want these scientists to shut up. I mean, you got to take it some of it with a grain of salt. I'd like to know why they're disappearing. You could say that anything, an asteroid's coming, and they don't want you to know about it. You know.
Here's a big
Yeah.
silver was a big proof for them. They called the silver stuff. Remember, silver jumped there, everybody went crazy. Q called that. Now they're calling for the fall of the Fed. So you'll see that happen. It may take 5-6 months, but you're going to see that fall apart. But they've been calling it. They've been calling it, calling. Yes, control. COVID, monkey virus, chicken virus.
It's getting old.
Oh my God!
Well, I know. I know.
So that's what I've been telling people this morning about it on Facebook. What I'm starting to realize is that you can't fall for the FUD.
FUD.
It's called fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Oh my God! Yes, I fell for the FUD.
You have to be careful with the FUD because the FUDs are the ones that are pushing for links. They're paid to push a narrative, and they're getting paid to tell you the opposite of what's really going on.
Oh my God!
So that's what I call them from now on.
FUD.
Elmer FUD. They're easy to turn the Elmer FUD up.
Right.
And I can name some right now. Alex Jones is a perfect example. Alex Jones is a FUD.
Okay.
He pushing this narrative his whole life. Bill Clinton called him out on it 25 years ago. He said, don't pay attention to this guy. This guy is getting paid. It's a paid opposition.
Okay.
And he warned people about it.
Bill Cooper. I liked him.
And Bill wrote the whole Worst book, and we always bring it up in this podcast because he wrote the playbook of what's happening. He talked about aliens. He talked about financial collapse. He talked about World War III. And all of this all happening at one time, all at the same time. Like, here come the aliens, here comes the financial collapse, and here comes
The race war. Right.
so he saw in the future, he didn't have a chance to have Starlink and be able to reach thousands of people. He had to go on a radio show and just talk about it, hope somebody heard it.
Yeah, his own radio show, his own broadcasting. You know, he had his own radio show. You know, in his base or his upstairs. You know, so they couldn't interfere with him. You know, that's why they hated him too. And that's why he became an enemy. Militia, whatever eventually the name they gave him before they killed him. he was a problem, and
Are you guys seeing anything about judges and cops getting indicted? I'm seeing a lot of it. Yes, and I
mean,
saw it, yeah.
I don't know what to believe sometimes anymore with what's going on.
Yeah.
The hantavirus, they come out and talk about that, and then all of a sudden they don't talk about the Disney cruise line.
Ah, the Disney cruise
Yeah.
line.
That I heard, I mean, oh, what a surprise.
I worked
Disney.
for those cruise lines. It's very much, yes, a very hypocritical system that they run there.
What a surprise with Disney, but we know that now.
They're all the same. I think they're all the same.
That's
They're running all kinds of. They're running all down in those islands. They go to third world countries. There's a lot of movement. They don't have to answer to anybody. They're owned by
I can see that too.
big. They're owned by countries. Right. Half the people on the boat. I mean, you can't even communicate with half the people because they don't really speak English. Under the decks, it's all Indians and Mexicans. There's Russians. There's Ukrainians. But very few Americans work
Come
on
with
those
me,
boats.
kid, right now.
Very few. I can hear you. Oh, they say online?
Sorry, I'm all up in everybody's camera.
What do you got? What do you got for us? Anything good?
No, I hear you good.
Well, good evening, John.
There's a beagle here.
What's up, bub?
Rich.
Rich.
Hi, good morning, Bill.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Rich. Good evening.
Yeah.
And I'm Bruce.
Bring your mic, closer.
Yeah, bring it closer to your face.
How about now?
Yeah, it's better. It's a little better.
Can you hear me?
Let it bump right up against your chin. Then you'll be close enough. I can hear him.
How about
Yeah.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, just a little closer and you're good.
All right. What I wanted to bring up was an interesting topic I brought up with my brother the other day. Was about the forest fires that were being lit in Patagonia, southern Argentina. I don't know if anyone has heard.
Wasn't
about
that like 3 months ago or so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I saw that. I did.
And I asked my brother, if you're going on vacation, like say if you're going to go to Iowa, would you go there with the plan to burn the grasslands of Iowa?
Because you get caught up in it before they could do it while you're there.
But I mean, you wouldn't plan a vacation to go to Iowa to burn cornfields.
Yeah.
So who goes to Patagonia in Argentina to burn?
Well, they said they saw
forest
Israelis down there.
Yes.
That were burning.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's a land grab too. It's a land grab down there. No, I saw this a couple months, like 3 months ago.
Who did they find?
There's some Israelis. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And whatever they did to burn the land. I mean,
What are they
Of course, the media would tell you it must be climate change. It must be.
Right. The thing is, these forests that they burn down there are not forests like we have around here. They're like scrub. They're like pine trees, and a lot of them are essentially pygmy pines. I mean, some of these trees are as tall as John's sitting right there. That's how big
Yeah.
trees get. So why would you need to burn small trees, which may or may not be rare? What's the reason? What's the rationale for burning trees?
Well, that's the thing. It might be
I don't
something
know.
bigger than even what I just said about land grabbing,
Right.
and why they're doing it. The people were, of course, very upset when this was happening, and they believed it was an arsonist. A couple of them, and then it's something to think of. Like it kind of got washed out of the news a bit with that. So many things are happening that's like old news. But I saw that, and they were talking about some people identified themselves as Israelis, and they were here on vacation or something. Like you said, why would they be on vacation in Argentina there? In that area.
Which means somebody, of course, was paying for them, and this was their mission.
Yes, exactly.
So why would you have a mission to burn scrub bush?
There's the answer. Yeah, I mean, there's the question.
The question. What's the answer?
Well, there's the question. What the answer is, we could all just assume and make our speculations, And I'm glad you brought it up, but I was on it, and then there were so many other things going on. It's getting old, a lot of this stuff. So many things are happening. After a while, I get burnt out to where it's like, oh, this is another possible land grab.
Geographically, where was these scrub trees? Near the coast?
Well,
inland?
I think so, yeah.
Not inland, down the southern coast. Inland is almost like a desert. It's like a dry
how about a ground invasion? Would they come with a ground invasion and just be clearing scrub?
I don't think so there. I remember we bailed out
Patagonia.
Argentina, the farmers, like a year ago, and people were upset at Trump of bailing them out where our farmers need it, but I don't know why that was happening there.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's connected in any way, but,
The other thing that I found interesting as I was thinking about it, and I've been thinking about this since the 1980s, why was our country, amongst many others, so adamant about bringing down South Africa? Why?
Bringing down South Africa?
Yes.
I remember while there was the apartheid thing in the 80s, like they were the white people were very racist.
So,
if Mandela was still in jail, he just was, he got out by 1990 or 89, but I can't remember what we were doing there. I mean, the CIA's got their hands in many things. Who God knows what they were up to.
I think it had to do with real estate.
Real estate? Okay.
Yes.
Another land grab. Yeah.
But who was interested in moving to South Africa? Now or tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who's interested in moving to Patagonia? Now or tomorrow?
Yeah. Definitely not me.
But both of these places jut down towards the Antarctic.
Yeah.
Now, they're not that close, but they're
Argentina's pretty close.
Yes.
It's, about the closest for any civilization that's near there is there.
But what civilization would want to take and or invade? What civilization is south of Argentina?
None.
None that we know of, no.
Just Antarctica, and supposedly it's not a country for anybody.
Right. Which leads me to the next part of what I wanted to talk about. And this is kind of a stretch, but it's something that I have been thinking about for a long time. I was never someone who believed in ghosts or magic or much of the stuff that my brother talks about. I never believed in that stuff. I was much more on the ground and, I guess, just straight.
Yeah.
But now that I get into this and I read things and I watch things on YouTube, it makes me think that perhaps what we call aliens from outer space are not from outer space. That's what they tell people when they land.
Yeah.
Maybe they came from, or they live underneath the earth. They fly up into the clouds. Then they come down. They see some primitive sheep herders, and they tell them, "Oh yes, we are from the heavens."
Yes.
And so these people believe, "Oh yes, our gods come from the heavens because they came down out of the clouds."
Especially in the old days, because they were,
Right.
They couldn't prove anything, and they were like dumbfounded. Was we know better now a little bit. Yeah, they could say they called chariots of the gods, and then now they're saying they're interdimensional beings, though, and they could be from Antarctica or underground or some kind of fucking portal. Who knows? But it's getting to the point where maybe they could clear this up for the American people. But then again, they could
That's
lie.
not in their interest. They don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. But as you know, they just kind of will just keep throwing different shitty crumbs at you, false shit, psyoping you, and it's hard to, nowadays. It's like it gets old. They just you don't know when you're being psyoped.
They used to have NASCAR, football, and baseball to keep us occupied, but a lot of us don't care about those games anymore.
I know that's more than ever, but there's still people out there. There's still people that don't. I mean, they might be awake people that are still watching the sports, but they know what's going on too. But they're there. But then there's others who are just wrapped up in their world.
Yeah.
And everything's normal to them again, and they don't care or believe, and they're enthralled in the Matrix,
Not to get off this subject, but the second strike in baseball killed baseball for me. That's the only sport I liked. I never cared about basketball or football. I liked hockey a little bit.
The strike of '94?
Yes, that's the one that really ended it for me.
It ended the season. It ended a good season.
Right.
It was the end of the year, and it's all about. See, that's the thing. It's about money, and nobody's worth $1 million. Nobody's worth $1 billion. That's what I get tired of. That it's so disproportionate of how it is for people financially in this whole planet. You know, especially the people that run the planet, the 1% and under. But just even these athletes, the money they make, and these billionaires, or whatever they do. Why are you a billionaire? What makes you right to be a billionaire? But he's connected. He's connected to powerful people. But there's people out there that go, oh, he's a billionaire, but he's a super nice guy. I just feel like saying, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. This guy don't deserve to be a billionaire. We're just making examples about money. He was bringing up how he don't watch baseball for a long time now because of the strike. And yes, the bread and circuses that's what it is.
And the modern chariot called NASCAR, which goes cars going in circles.
Oh, and the Colosseums look like the Roman Colosseum. They're just more advanced. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They could come from under the ocean.
John.
Yeah.
Out from under the Antarctic, any place. They can come from caves in the Solomon Islands.
John, can you speak of with the Watchers and the fallen angels and how, because I believe that those are the entities that people are seeing, that they're demonic entities that are sort of, it's a supernatural universe, and so right. The Nephilim spirit. Yep. Right. Right. Yeah.
They are disembodied spirits. They've given up their spirit to be rich, to be powerful, to have this life in this realm, in this facade, this nature. And so those spirits use that vessel to become physical.
Yeah.
So once they become physical, then they can interact with reality and be able to be part of the control system, have money, have power, be able to make decisions, do all these things that keep us under.
Gunshot.
No, somebody dropped something over there.
Gunshot. Agreed. But what's in Enoch? What they talk about is the Watchers, right? And like the fallen angels, right? Because there's other, like I have other theories too about what's beyond the ice wall and the land, the outer space that's outside of our sort of realm. And that being said, they're alien in that sense. So I believe that those are, maybe non-human, but also organic carbon-based sort of, people, right? Exactly. And so that's to me where it's at. But I know that you're fluent on, with regard to like the Watchers and fallen angels, because the more I learn about that, the more it makes sense to me. And now, the fact that we're saying, or you've been saying, and we've been saying that, that Jesus is coming, and the idea is that what's going to happen is going to happen in our lifetime. Hold on, I'll let you get your mic back. Check. Yeah. So yeah, you got it. There he goes. So
am I still alive? Okay.
So you speak all the time about us, those of us in this time, that we made a soul agreement to be here in this time to bear witness to these events, right? And that being said, this disclosure that the controllers are actually bringing out, this sort of coffee table talk about aliens or whatever. It's the same reason why they pre-programmed us before 9/11, where you see it all over The Simpsons with the Twin Towers, and in the movies and all those kinds of things. It's a pre-programming to make it more acceptable when it happens. You could read it like a playbook, right? But the facts of the matter are, well, in my opinion, the facts of the matter are sort of what we talk about with the fallen, with the Watchers, and how they took human wives. And thusly, the Nephilim was born, and that's where the evil spirit, ended up coming from with within our generations.
What happens is that they weren't taken off the planet. They still flood. That's what made it through the flood.
Right.
So then those spirits still on here.
Right.
Still on this realm.
Right.
But eventually they're going to have to be wiped out too. So the question is, how does that happen? How did they get wiped out? How is that going to happen? God is going to come
Right.
take this evil off the
Right.
planet so that we will be back to where we were.
And the 1,000 years of peace and right. So it's the funny part because a lot of the things that a lot of the conclusions I subscribe to and what you subscribe to too are actually happy endings for the right people. You know what I mean? Like everybody, a lot of people think that we discuss like this doom and gloom kind of thing, and it's quite the opposite. I mean, that's all you see all day long is the doom and gloom and the sort of why is everybody so restless? Why is everybody so discontent? Why is everybody generally speaking unhappy? And then the sort of the gauge of happiness is how much money you got. I mean, that automatically the guy's got a Rolls Royce and he's got a big mansion, he must be happy. You know what I mean? Look, I wish I was him. Instead of a guy like Joseph who preaches about Jesus all day long, completely gives himself up. Who's to say who's happier? Joseph looks pretty damn happy to me, man. So and that's just part of the psyop, is if to say, this is what success is. Well, what's the story of success? Well, success is, you have to have this much money, and and then the next thing you know, you would have more than your next door neighbor. He's got a Cadillac, you want a Benz, and I subscribe to that more than 3/4 of my life, and it led me nowhere but a dark alley. So this type of thing has to happen for some of the people that just don't see it or won't see it, and. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is what we've been fed since day one, right? The illusion of scarcity alone should make people think. Right. What do you mean there's not enough food? Do you see how much land there is? Well, how could there not be enough food? All you have to do is just grow. And what do you mean? Right. Right. Exactly.
That Christina says that's why Bigfoot can disappear instantly.
It's vibrational. Yeah, it's a vibrational.
I just noticed that up there.
So and
but I've heard that
they're part of the good watchers. They're part of the angelic spirit that I believe is are looking out for us. But when anybody ever talks about aliens, I try to kind of stay grounded in that element because everything else is just. A big giant guess. You know what I mean? But if you read, what's in the Bible and sort of be able to interpret it literally, even if you just want to joke about it and look at it literally.
Well,
a lot of the concepts are actually coming true right now.
The people that have had real encounters, they're the ones that if they were true, they saw and know something. If they were really abducted or got close.
Right. But are they from 1 billion miles away in some little speck of a planet that we can't see? That's the question.
Yeah, it's the thing. You still don't know. Even if you ran into one, you don't know.
Well, what I'm saying is that if you can subscribe to some of the theories that we're talking about, the biblical narrative, you can explain it. That's why I like that narrative because it makes sense to me. It also makes sense to what I believe and what I feel that. Because there's good people, we're most of us are really good people, and we're just a lot of us are just fooled and stuck in the matrix. It's amazing how many parallels that movie has with what's actually going on.
Yeah, a lot of.
You hear all that? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of sound now.
Yeah.
I can hear background. Too.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
So tell us the story real quick. The Watchers came down, and I can hear you. I'm not sure if they can hear you on the broadcast. Check, check, check. Could you hear that?
Oh yeah, I hear it.
Can you hear me, John? Hello? Can you hear me? Testing for John. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's funny.
John, just share his microphone.
All right, go ahead. What do you want to know? What do you want to
know?
know?
What some of the possible explanations for this upswing in alien sort of conversation
that's
and
fine.
sightings and
Well, I think
this disclosure that's been pending.
I think that
what do we think it really is?
No, I think it's just getting us ready to be prepared to know that there
The
might
fake alien
be
invasion.
Well, there might be something going on that we don't see that we're going to have to see at some point. That there's some information that's being hidden from us. It's our history. It's our history that's been hidden to where they're going to have to let us know, like our real history, because our real history is a lie. It's all bullshit. So once people find out the real history of our human origin and where we're from, and that we're direct sources from God, that's going to make people understand better. To be like, well, wait a minute, why were we doing this all this time? Why were we living in this matrix all this time and being controlled and money?
That's a good question.
Why were we under we're under this spell? It's a spell. We're under a hypnosis.
That's what we do.
So we're under a spell. So the spell has to be broken. Well, I believe that the only thing that can break the spell is a hand of God.
Yeah.
That's it. Because everything you're seeing in the world with Trump and all these things that going to China, that's just theater that's playing out to show you. Well, you don't have to watch it because it's just theater for the masses. That's what that's called. It's theater for the masses. So when it's theater for the masses, you let them watch it because that's for them. That's not for you.
Right.
You're seeing. You want to see the happy ending. You want to know that we've already won.
I mean,
and then we have to bear witness to it. So
that's the end.
Yeah,
That's the end of our story, and nobody seems to want to get through this first chapter because they.
Well, that girl
just
said Christina said Prometheus. It's
exactly.
like the movie Prometheus. Yeah, that's the same.
I mean, what do you, people want to stay where they're at now, and it's like, really?
Yeah, Prometheus is the movie. It's an alien prequel that we were engineered though by greater beings that were human looking, but they were tall and kind of giant like and and pale. But then they decided they wanted to kill us because they just saw that we were not worth it. We were too flawed, and I think it's after we killed Christ is when they were going to put that pathogen on us and then wipe out the planet and start over again. That was the basis of that film. Forget all the alien stuff, but I mean,
right.
But it sucks to know if we were just created by another, not God.
I think the reason for that is to tell us that there's no God.
Exactly.
That's the part of the movie. That's part of the pre-programming that there is nothing there. That we were made by these guys, and then they wanted to kill us and get rid of us.
Yeah.
And it's true. They want to exterminate us because that's the whole idea, is to reset this place. Because like I told you before, this place has been reset over and over and over and over.
It's so
the
evident.
same story over and over. It's the same matrix over and over. It's the same technology over and over. This AI is not new. This is all that's been here for thousands of years. AI is what basically controls the whole matrix, the whole code of everything. So that's where it comes down to, is that how long have they had this AI? How come they've been hiding this information from us all this time?
But this reset is not going to be by them. It's going to be by God.
Well, yeah, that's it. This time we win. This time we don't get reset. This time they don't wipe the place out. They don't do what Prometheus wanted to do, is to kill, to get rid, because we weren't worth it.
Right.
That we were like, oh, these guys are idiots. Like, look at them, they're killing Christ.
And it's like that too. It's like that too. Like, and I'm just like that. I'll know the dialogue of a movie better than I know the verses in the Bible. You know what I mean? And most people could say the same thing, as if to say, it's working.
Yeah.
It's
no,
working.
It works. That's the thing, is the plan works.
It does work.
It
does work.
The program, the frequency works.
But when you talk to people about vibration, and you talk to them about certain, like, sort of the simpler concepts of what we're talking about, if they would just hang on long enough to hear that it is a happy ending, in the narrative that I know we both subscribe to, and it's sort of like they never really want to hear that. It's just it just doesn't seem to vibrate with them at all. You know, it's just, they go back down to fear or anger and become sort of, you know, this sort of side-eyed, you know, look down your nose at your conversation, even if it's ever being had. You know, which is why we started this thing in the first place.
That's why we started this in the first place.
But I mean, if you'll notice, once people they don't have to buy any of this. All right, but if you know that there's something up, I call it like once you get a scent. Like once you sort of like pick up the trail, whether it be
breadcrumbs or whatever,
whether it be you know COVID, or whether it be, for me it was 9/11, or you know some of the other things, whatever. When I saw 9/11 happen, I was like, I always knew since I was a kid. I couldn't put my finger on it. It was like there's something wrong in the world, and that was the evidence to me, the manifestation of that evil happened that day.
Controlled demolition.
And then, you know, many years later when COVID happened. So I'm saying, like, even after all these things, people do get angry without even hearing the first chapter of the story that I have to say, or you can even say more clearly. And if they did hang on, they would see that it's actually a happy ending, and that what we're talking about is the best news for humankind that you could ever think of. The only other alternative is everything stays the way it is now. Well, let's just look at that for a minute. Since we've been little kids, we've been force-fed lack, disease, you know, murder, serial killers. You know, there's no discussions about this. And then, you know, it gets other things since YouTube and whatever gets peppered in now, where sort of, you know, people that grow gardens and live on their own, whatever, you can get that kind of information. But before that, there was really nothing. You know, no real. And then there's the idea of the churches that, you know.
And that's why
they take a good idea and they.
Well, that's why they're talking to the pastors and telling them to get prepared for this. You know, get your congregation prepared.
You know, but how do you prepare them?
You don't.
You can't.
You don't. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You have anything to add at the end here? We're going to get ready to finish up.
If there is an invasion, I predict they land in Patagonia or South Africa and work their way north.
We're doing predictions now.
What?
That's where I would say they would come from.
What, Patagonia
Can we bring the Ouija
South
board
Africa?
next? Can we bring the Ouija board next time and figure out what's going to happen?
Well,
because getting back to what I said earlier, they burnt those forests for a reason. For all we know, maybe the so-called aliens are allergic to those trees, and they want it easier, or they don't want any defenders having a place to hide.
Look.
The other thing I want to bring up was World Trade Center. I was there like about 2 weeks after it happened, and then I spent the entire month of December when I was in the National Guard guarding that area. Anyway, what I recall was, you're welcome, I enjoyed it, was we were taking trucks to the across the river to Jersey City and Bayonne to dump them out on the piers. And what we saw there was like wall dividers, which had been in an office, pieces of them. They were like as small as this mouse pad. But also the dirt. The dirt was like fine ground
dustification.
Coffee. Yes, it was like coffee ground.
Dustification of the buildings. If you can ever see those videos by that lady,
exactly.
You know,
if you ever see those videos,
it was like Taster's Choice. If you remember what Taster's Choice was.
Well, yes, because they had to be explosions. You know, for that to occur.
It was the thermite that created the dust.
Yeah.
There's really amazing videos. There's this lady doctor. I think they killed her. Just look up dustification on YouTube, and she'll come up. And she'll explain to you, and you can see it actually happening in real time. That the girders, as they're falling, they
disintegrate.
Disintegrating into dust.
I know.
It's
and there's still people think jet fuel did it. I know.
No.
I know. No, I'm saying there's people that still say that.
Right. Well, the people that I'm referring to, whatever, it's not that they're bad people or anything like that, but they're not opening the book. They're not even reading the first page, much less the last chapter.
Yes.
They don't even want to pick up the book in the first place.
I know, exactly.
You know? So the idea of believing that steel girders can turn into dust right before your eyes, it doesn't get spoken about. You know, it doesn't get brought up.
I know. Well, they don't want you to.
Let's wrap it up. I just want to say, if there's an alien invasion, guys, just fall to your knees and pray, because it's not what they're going to tell you.
Fall to your knees and lock and load and defend yourself.
Whatever. Everybody can make their own choice, but you know, what I believe is going to happen is you're not going to be protected by bullets. You're going to be protected by your inner soul. Okay, and when I just reach down and find the goodness in you, and that's the change in the universe that we have to make, guys. Just make it within yourselves. Let go of the fear. Have some faith. Fear cannot exist and faith cannot exist in the same place at the same time. Okay, so
In
if you have
December
faith, there's
of
no fear.
2001, the fuel was still burning because there was. I was there that day. There was still smoke coming up
All right, so I guess we'll end on
in
that.
December.
Yeah.
That's a better ending to,
Yeah,
the,
right?
to you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I fell for the jet fuel, so I did. I was like,
I
oh
didn't.
yeah,
It's-
jet
it-
fuel. It'll
it's-
melt.
it's-
It can melt steel. Why not? You know, I seen it
You
in the
can also
movies.
put out fires with
I
diesel
s-
fuel.
Exactly. I know.
Most Americans don't know
that's-
that.
and that's-
You're right. It's true. You're
And
right.
that's the kind of stuff that turns people off because you could just start talking about this. And like I said, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm
Yeah.
referring to, the angels and what we were talking about, and that's what aliens are, and the presence of God in our lives every day. So when you see something like that happen, you have to realize that that's the presence of evil in our lives.
That's right.
That you have to realize
That's the Nephilim
that there's
spirits.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's good versus evil.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if it's aliens, it's God. If it's real, then God made them. I know what I believe, and I'm saying that for anybody out there listening, don't swallow.
Don't fall for the fun.
Don't right, because you have an option. Okay, you have an option. Just have faith. The fear will go away.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the boys from To The Point for being here.
Guys
and
are
Rich,
awesome.
my brother, and
Thanks,
Steve
guys.
from Stone Clones, and everybody.
Good
Mike.
job.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Karaoke's getting ready to start. Karaoke with Courtney. And we thank the Filthies for letting us be here again.
Thank you, Filthies.
And Angela and Nick Novak. I really want to have Nick come eventually show up one of these times. That'd be great. I owe him a shirt.
He's
so we
surfing
And
with the
hopefully
aliens. He's
between
surfing
now
with the
and
aliens.
June, which is next month, we won't run out of gasoline.
Oh yeah, that's
All right.
right.
Because
yeah.
we've been told at least since I had to read, that there's no more oil.
No more oil. Yeah.
So
Barrel
hopefully we
of
have
laughs
enough
this
for
guy
next
is. I
month.
swear.
I know.
I
That's
swear.
funny.
Yeah. It's like more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
Right. All right. Appreciate it, guys.